I've been seeing a lot of people talk about the Amazing Digital Circus finale lately, and I thought, why not just give it a try and put my thoughts and opinions out there? And especially as a huge Jax fan, I haven't seen anyone that really likes Jax talk about it, so just wanted to see how this would go. Um, I'm not going to mention the the landmine elephant in the room in this video. So if you wanted to hear an opinion on that, it won't be in this one. I can make a whole other video about that if anybody wanted, but I don't know. But to the finale, I I've seen the show twice, so I know what I was getting into and looking forward to and all that. And going in, I liked how it started, where episode 8 ended off. I did like the the montage of Kinger, Pomni, Ragatha, Zubul, Gangle rebuilding the circus. I did like that. I also liked how helpful Kinger was with Pomni during the start of it. That was nice. The thing I didn't care for is off-screen Jax's off-screen abstraction. I would have liked to see what that looks like from the outside, because we know what it looks like from the inside. But just a little side tangent. Um, After that is the whole Jax's mind sequence. I liked I liked what Pomni did with the gun and shooting all the lights to calm him down. That was a good callback. And uh, when she hugged him, that was good. Jeez, you can tell it was my first time doing this. But going into his brain, or his mind, we see all these doors that are his intrusive thoughts on what he would do if each character abstracted, which I did not catch at first. I didn't know what the colors meant or anything. But going into the room, if Ragatha abstracted, that one that one was something. When I heard Pomni say that she can help him and fix him, I thought that was Pomni. But as we learned, it was not her. It was how he kind of sees her, I guess. And I was not expecting the choking out part to happen. That was definitely unexpected. The way his eyes, well, not his eyes, jeez. The way his pupils got big, that was cool. And then going right back into that classic Jack's charm, saying, "Oh, we can't die of oxygen deprivation here." That was, I mean, I didn't think I was gonna see any more of that. Honestly, I didn't think a lot of the finale would be Jax related. That surprised me. So then after that, we go into the room where if Zubul abstracted, and I mean, we see Gangle wearing that. I'm just gonna call it the manager mask because it's. I mean, she was managing everyone in the circus, and when they were at Spudsy's, so I'll just call it the manager mask. But I did think it was funny with what Jax did, wearing the maid outfit and the flirting with Gangle. That got me too. That was funny. I didn't really interpret it as anything more, as I've seen a lot of people do. I just thought it was funny. So then we go into the room where uh Gangle abstracted. And I don't know, Zubul just right out the gate blaming Jax for Gangle's death seems um I'd like to say on par. I feel like they would definitely do that. I like how it switches. I like how their arms switch to chainsaws. That's fun. And a big, obviously Looney Tunes reference. When Jax is like, "I think we need a change of scenery," and then changes the background to a Wile E. Coyote, and Roadrunner, just desert with the tall mountains, whatever those are. I really don't know what they're called. But anyway, uh, yeah, I like the yikes sign that Zua pulls out. That was funny. And let's see. Then we go into the room where if Kinger abstracted, but like no one can imagine Kinger abstracting because he's been there the longest. So there's just nothing in there except Maid Jax, semi-normal Jax, Crazy Jax, and piano playing Jax. And Pomni's like, "Is that really what you think of us back there?" And he tells her that it's just his. It's not. It's not what he thinks of them, but it's just it's just in extremes. And I I thought the No Girls Allowed part was pretty funny. And Jax would wear the maid outfit, unironically. I can see him doing that. Um, and then that door making not even a voice coming from it, just shaking around, and the altogether shut up from the three Jackses at the table. That was very nice. I like that. Again, I thought it was funny. Really, anything will make me laugh. But then uh, there's one more door in there, and Pomni wants to know if any of them have the key for it, because I mean, why wouldn't they? Jax has a key to everyone's room, and um, the piano playing Jax eventually gives it to her after all the other ones kind of poof away, and then the piano playing one poofs away too after giving her the key, and she uses the key on the door to. Jesus Christ, what am I saying? She uses the key on the door to open it, and that's where we see a lamppost, a bench, and the real Jax standing there. And I was very, very happy to see him. And when he started talking, that was some deep stuff. Like I I deserve to be here. I did this to myself. You're not supposed to care about me. You're not supposed to love me. I mean, that is some good dialogue. I really liked it. And some really deep dialogue that relates to me. And oh my god. Okay, I completely forgot. Uh, when Pomni hugs Jax, she goes into his mind and into his memories of him arriving at the circus, befriending Ribbit and Kaufmo. I guess they befriended him. Ribbit was cool. I liked her. Kaufmo was great. And how can you not like Kaufmo? But um I liked another one of the callbacks to episode 7 when they're up in the cafe. If you noticed in that episode, Jax looked at his cup weird, and that's because it was Kaufmo's cup. And I'm guessing he hasn't been up there since he opened up to Ribbit. So, yeah. And then we go to the scene of um, Jax in Ribbit's room, and him and Ribbit are talking. And I liked this part. It was beautiful, uh, animation wise, looks wise. It looked really good. I love the lighting in Ribbit's room. But the part where Ribbit opens up to Jax about how she came from a deeply religious family and cut ties with her parents. I liked I like that. That's some more good deep dialogue that really that also relates to me. Shoot, a lot of stuff in that episode related to me. Um and then and then Jax opening up about his parents. That was sad to hear. It's sad. It's never fun when your parents fight. And then they got divorced with Jax in high school. High school is a horrible time for your emotions. And something that bad happens when you're in high school. I understand right where Jax was coming from. The the belittlement, all that. I understood it. I've been in the position that he was before, and I did push away. I did push people away, but I just wish what he did was accept people into his life like I did, and I got much better. But back to the back to the finale. I I thought it was cute when Jax got done opening up to Ribbit and she put the bow on his head. I mean, because and the your secret's safe with me. I like that part. Ribbit was definitely good. I don't think he should have pushed her away. I don't think she was gonna use his secret against him or anything like that. But I can understand how he came to that conclusion. Because, like I said before, I've been there before. And and then it goes to then it goes to Jax just pushing everyone away. I mean, I get where he's coming from, but should he have done it? No, he shouldn't have. Ribbit wasn't going to use the secret against him. The secret that he I didn't say anything about it. The secret that he thinks he killed his mom or he didn't. But more on that near the end. I've got a few thoughts about that. Uh Back to where he's pushing everyone aside. I didn't like how he just told Ribbit that it was a joke and he made it all up. And that like none of it was real. I've done that too. It's just I relate to him a lot. And this two or three times he he almost talked to Rivet to apologize to her, but he didn't, and he should have, because that probably could have prevented her abstraction being good friends with him again. And Kathmo. Poor Kathmo, he just got abandoned. Uh, but anyway, um, and we're back to the real Jax and Pomni. Pomni slowly walking to him. He starts crying, and then she hugs him, and that was a great moment. I'm a big I'm a big funny bunny guy, so that was that was good to see. And then Jax turning around and still crying and hugging her as well. That was emotionally great, but also very, man. It was it was sad too, hearing him say, "I don't want to go." I was That was sad, and I was really hoping that, as cliche as it might sound, the power of love would save him, but it didn't, and he backed into those flashbangs, and it angered the abstraction part of him. I just that was good too. I mean, I just didn't I liked it all. I just didn't like seeing Jax abstract. That was the sad part. You know, Jax is awesome. And then we cut to Pomni. I like that. I like that little detail. Pomni is sitting on the couch that Jax used to sit on, and they're all talking, wondering what to do. And then here here's where things get a bit messy for me. I Kane coming back was unexpected, but cutting to the flashback of Kane in the void with a faceless bubble. Um, he he starts he starts flying towards something. Starts flying towards something, and then he sees a door. And then it cuts to like him being the red dot again, and he stops being able to fly, So he starts running, and then he starts building a staircase out of shapes that he conjures. And I liked that part. But what didn't make sense to me is how he he got through all the firewalls. I mean, like, sure, whatever. But then he got to the free cafe Wi-Fi. But then it cut to him getting to the CNA brain scans. And then it looks like he brought back Scratch, but I guess it was just a flashback, which again doesn't make sense because there was nothing to convey that that was a flashback. It looked like he just brought Scratch back. And man, now thinking about it, why did he have why did he have the why did he have Jax, Pomnies, Kingers, Ragathas, Zoobles, and Gangles names in his pocket? Like, were the CIA brain scans a separate? Was that before he got to the free Wi-Fi? Uh, I don't know what's going on there, but uh, he looks them all up, sees that they're all doing good and moving on in life. I liked learning a little bit about all of them. And then the part where Kane, where both of the AIs start, I guess, fighting over Kane's body. That was neat, but then Kane just pulls out another sentient AI that was presumably stronger than him, like it's nothing, then just cast it off into the void, which really looked like he was throwing a hollow purple. I thought that was funny. So then he flies back to the circus, and his little meeting up with the moon, and like that was sweet. And then we cut back to him being at the circus and hiding. Then he fixes Pomni, comes back out, and apologizes for how he was, and that he didn't expect forgiveness right away. But what confuses me here is they, not they, Kane says that he doesn't have the power he used to, but then he gives his power to everyone in the circus and lets them do whatever with it whenever they want. Which that's a lot of power to be giving away for someone that doesn't have the same power he used to. And during the circus building montage, like them rebuilding it and stuff. I liked all that. That was nice. Um, the I'm just now remembering. Geez, I'm so sorry that this thing is not in order at all. This, like I said, this is my first time doing one of these types of videos, and my first time with a voiceover too. But they make they make an aquarium for the abstractions. That was cool. Um, crap. They did a lot more. I'm sure they did, but I can't remember it. Oh, oh, now I remember. Zubul opened their bar in the circus. I like that. And um and then it goes to the credits. The credits I liked, but it left me with more questions. Specifically the part where Kane flies back into the void to get the blue orb, to get the blue AI, just to lock, just to put it in a box. I, that didn't make sense to me. Um, but I did like the credits scene. It was nice. I like seeing them playing D&D and all that. But I I guess just some final thoughts here. I did like the finale, but it just left a lot of it gave more questions than answers. Like I feel like Jax's whole backstory could have been episode 6 after the fight he has with Pomni. Like just take out the favorite character awards. Ming is great and all, but just take out the favorite character awards and put that. And I think that would have been great. Uh, more Kinger screen time would have been good. Kinger's great. More screen time for everybody, really, except Pomni and Jax, because Jax got a lot, and so did Pomni. I know they are the main characters, but like, you set it up as like a show with more than 2 main characters, and that just gets completely ditched. But uh, speaking on Jax's abstraction, it it hit me hard because it hits you hard when you realize that you actually have a comfort character, and it's Jax. And you realize that in the same episode that he abstracts. That was that was like a punch right to the gut for me. And I I liked the finale. It wasn't bad. I would. There's some stuff I would change, and like, of course, everyone's not gonna agree with me. Obviously, it's the world. You're never gonna meet somebody that agrees with you on everything. But like, there's there's a lot more I can talk about the finale. I'd have to watch it again if you guys would like to see me talk about it more, or more about the Amazing Digital Circus. I'd love to do that. This kind of video format seems fun. So I'd like to hear what you guys thought of the finale in the comments. Any problems you had with it? Highs, lows, whatever. I'll make sure to read them.